we've always been involved in downtown and downtown businesses, currently live in downtown. So I want to share with you a little bit today about the business and kind of what we're doing, how it's kind of evolved a little bit just in the few months that we've been owners, and then we'll be happy to answer a bunch of questions for you if you have those. So I'm going to let Kate start the presentation off by talking a little bit about, we kind of have 3 revenue streams in this business, so I'm going to let her talk about the first one and we'll kind of just bounce back and forth.
Good morning, everybody. So our first revenue stream is the tours. Kind of in the name, you can see that. So we have a lot of different tours that we offer, but our primary tour is just our general historic downtown tour. You can book it on our website. It's available almost every day, unless we're out of town. But I'm the main tour guide with Lance kind of as the backup. Sometimes we'll both go. But it's an hour-and-a-half ride through downtown, both in the commercial district and the Old Town Historic District. So we venture as far as Lover's Oak on the tour, and it goes kind of chronologically through the history of Brunswick. Starting in 1771, the founding of Brunswick, kind of its big boom in the late 1800s, all the way through today, and how we're currently in another revitalization stage, pointing out businesses, landmarks. It's really kind of we try to give it an all-over tour of Brunswick. Primarily, we've had a lot of tour outsiders, people who have found us on the website that have taken the tour. One couple, I think it's a fun story, they flew in from Amelia Island, found us online, literally jumped in their plane, flew up to Brunswick Airport, caught an Uber downtown, took our tour, wanted a recommendation for a brunch, jumped back on their plane, and flew back the same day. So we've met all kinds of people doing this. But it's a good, if you live in Brunswick, we've had some locals too, they're like, we had no idea that Brunswick has such a rich history just in the few blocks around here. All the way to people that really don't know anything about Brunswick. So that's our primary tour. We've also worked on building some specialty tours. We offer a First Friday tour. Before First Friday kicks off, it's essentially our basic historic tour, but with the insider info on how to live up First Friday to its best. Pointing out music scenes, where to stop, what's going on, what's different about First Friday than Brunswick or downtown Brunswick anytime.
We give away the speakeasy code.
Oh,
so you can speakeasy code.
We'll have the speakeasy code, so if they want to finish it reads, they've got it going for them. But really, and then we drop them off in downtown right at the beginning of First Friday for them to continue on enjoying First Friday. We have teamed up with the wine shop. We've done a wheels and wine tour, doing our tour and then stopping for a tasting at the end at the wine tour. We've got a couple in the works. The one that we will be launching on our website today is our Halloween tour, our spooky historic tour. So it will be starting downtown through the historic district, and it has a lot of if anybody knows Guynell Johnson, she wrote all these stories and has graciously allowed us to use them on our tour about factual Brunswick history and spooky stories. So that one's fun. That one's launching today. We'll have 2 nights at late October, the weekend before Halloween, where we offer that. And we've got a Women of Brunswick tour in the works, as well as a Murals of Brunswick tour in the works. Oh, and a Christmas lights tour that will be happening in December.
One of the things I guess I probably should have started with is kind of how our infrastructure works and how our business kind of operates. So we're pretty much hands-off in terms of the reservation system. It's all done through our website, which is very convenient for us. So Kate has the ability to list when she's available. This is not our full-time job for either of us, so we're able to work around our other flexible schedules. But basically the customers go to our website, book online, and then they get an email with the email confirmation and actually a waiver to fill out, and they do it all virtual. And then our primary staging location is in front of the Crest building, and so we have a bike rack there with our bikes, and so then the people that are taking the tour just meet us there. We have all the bikes ready, and they're just jump on and we take off from there. One of the other revenue streams that we have is bicycle rentals. And so the way that works is very similar. So instead of choosing a tour, you choose that you would like to rent a bike for 24 hours. Again, you just go online to the website. The website generates a code and emails that to you for the confirmation, which includes the code for the bike lock. And all you have to do is go find the bikes, which there's a sign there. We haven't had any problems with people not finding them. But then you just unlock the bike. You can use it for 24 hours. If for some reason you don't return it, we do have your credit card information, so we'll be getting a new bike, which is nice. The other, again, going along with the bike rentals, we have another revenue stream in partnership with both the Crest Building and Brunswick Landing Marina. So if you stay at the Crest Building and you have a room there, you get a free bicycle rental for the day. So they have a special code, and again, you can just walk downstairs and jump on a bike and ride around town. And then for the marina, if you stay at the marina, you have a boat slip there. You also are entitled to a free bike rental. So we have 8 bikes that we currently use for tours in downtown predominantly, and then we have another 14 to 15 bikes at the marina that again are strictly for marina attendees or renters or whatever. But Kate mentioned the specialty tours, and I'd love to hear some feedback from people when we start taking Q&A. That's one of the things that we're honestly a little bit challenged with, or that's one of the things we're trying to grow. We feel like the specialty tours predominantly trying to target current residents. The regular historic tours, that niche predominantly is our tourism market. So we're trying to kind of fill in that gap when tourism season drops off a little bit, to be able to pick up with some things that are a little bit, exciting and new for people who have been to First Friday or have done other things in our community, but maybe not done some of the specialty stuff. And also connect them with other entrepreneurs in our community, and also help support other businesses. Anything else?
Yeah.
Questions. Miss Susan Bates.
Yes, we are involved with Porch Fest. We are volunteering our bikes for the use of Porch Fest. If you sponsor Porch Fest at certain levels, you have the right or the ability to have included either bike rentals or golf cart rentals if you sponsor high enough. So we are volunteering our bikes for sponsors that day is how we are contributing to Porch Fest.
So those are for, in exchange for sponsorship?
In exchange. Oh, currently all of our bikes are being held for sponsors right now. If there is extra, we'll rent them out. But right now, so if you need a bike for your business could sponsor Porch Fest and get some. Yes, there's still time. So.
Please, if you have a question, please raise your hand, shout it out, and stand up so we can hear you. I have a question.
What Tristina had her hand up first. Sorry.
I just would like to know how many bikes are in your fleet total.
I will say there's some maintenance with bikes, so sometimes we have 1 or 2 out to keep running. We currently have 5 locked up out in public to rent, and then I think we have 3.5 at our house that we can contribute to that too.
But one of the nice things about the bike rental, the tours, is you're welcome to bring your own bike. So we have those bikes that are available. But then, a great example is we took the College of Coastal Georgia tennis team for a bike ride a couple First Fridays ago, and a bunch of them brought their own bikes, so we had a group of, probably close to 20. So it gives us some flexibility that way. Good question. Skip?
What is your insurance issue? Because I have seen that there are people who like to do riding tours who are like in their golden years, and the last time they rode bicycles, they were 8. So they do a lot of this stuff. That to me is scary, because I'll pass them on the road and pray for them. What kind of risk is there for the golden year tourists?
We don't like to talk about that, Skip.
Okay.
No, but there are a couple of mitigating factors. So obviously you have to sign a waiver. So if you fall over, you run into a car, it's on you. One of the nice things about Georgia state law is that if you're over 18, you're not required to wear a helmet. So we leave that up to the riders. We don't personally have an inventory of helmets yet. We do encourage it. But that's kind of that perspective. You got anything to add?
And it does help that we It's very flat around here. It's a pro. They're just single speed beach cruisers, so pretty basic as well.
We have a stop about every.
Oh yeah, and it's really not a continuous ride. You know, we go a couple blocks, have a stop, go a couple blocks. So not too strenuous.
So can you accommodate the kiddos, whether it's a bike seat attached or a smaller child's bike?
That is a great question, and it's actually one that we're still working out the details of. Going back to Georgia law, between 16 and 18, it's voluntary wearing a helmet with parents' permission. So if you're to book a regular bike tour, we do say, I think 16 and up, and then give that window between 16 and 18 of, it's up to your guardian. Again, all of our waivers cover this, but we do want to make kid-friendly tours. We don't have any inventory to accommodate kids' bikes or anything, but like in an instance is the Halloween tour, and kind of why we've taken a little while to get it off the ground is we're going to make it kid-friendly, but that it comes with that liability of having kids and the bikes. So we're going to leave it open to, if kids bring their bikes, they can participate, but we don't have bikes for them.
Yeah, that's another challenge that we're a little bit facing is very low overhead for this business, right? But at the same time, that very low overhead means that we have a bike rack for 5 bikes. So if we have a larger group, that means transporting the bikes from our house down there, which is logistically a little bit of a challenge. And then also, when do you make that step to purchase or rent a facility to store the bikes that would be very close, to where we want to start the tour. So that's a little bit of the growing pains that we're kind of going through right now.
And one last thing is our general tour, typically kids, we're stopping and telling a lot of historic stories. We've had even some teenagers on our tour that start rolling their eyes. So the general tour is not as kid friendly, but we do want to make at least the Halloween tour and some other ones kid friendly.
So,
Are you going to price to take your tour and bring your own bike, or will you rent one of your bikes?
Yeah, currently right now, our general tours are $35, bike included, and that's just kind of the standard. Halloween tour, we may have to have one more discussion on this. Again, we're going to open the tour up to about 20 people, and we already talked about our fleet, so it may be just like a $10, or like $25, $30. We will narrow that down today before it goes live. But bring your own bike for that price, and then a few more, or like maybe $10 more if you're going to rent one of our bikes with a limited amount. And that software we have has the ability to keep inventory, so if someone rents a bike, it takes it out of the ability to rent a tour, if that makes sense. So that will be accommodated for that. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Phil?
In spite of your name, will you be considering tours outside Brunswick Old Town?
That's another very valid question. Right now, our plan is currently just to stick in historical town. And there are a couple reasons. Again, the main thing is logistics. So if we were to host a tour at another location, that means moving all those bikes, which is a little bit of a challenge. And again, this is kind of our part-time gig, and we like the flexibility of just being able to zip downtown, jump on a bike, and give a tour. But I think there could be an opportunity maybe to help support other larger events like Shrimp and Grits and other things throughout our community. And again, we're all about the partnerships and working together with other organizations and other businesses. So I want to say the answer is 100% no, but I'd say we'd have to make it worth our while, if that makes sense. Yeah.
How about our ghosts? Do we have really cool ghosts? Do we have like a giant Twinkie? Ghostbusters and things like that?
That is a great story.
Okay.
And to find out the details, you'll have to sign up for our historic. But I will tell you, being a historic homeowner, our personal ghost story, when we first moved in, there was just weird sounds. And I'm like, Lance, we just bought a haunted house. Like, oh my goodness. And it was just this weird sound. Well, it wasn't too long, I realized it was the ice maker on our fridge. So, no ghost scene after that. But there are some stories.
Another question.
I'm probably not gonna be on bike. What are you gonna do for me 2 years from now?
Yeah, there are.
Dirty chore for
Right.
me, you know?
Yeah, we've considered partnering again with like maybe somebody like St. Simon's Trolley or things like that to do some specialty tours maybe once a month. The other thing that I've been working diligently on that I'm pretty passionate about is supporting our local restaurants and businesses in downtown. I think there's a really great opportunity to do a walking tour that would be food focused, and so maybe we stop at 5 or 6 different restaurants for 30 minutes each. You know, obviously we'd have to have a little bit higher ticket price for that, but I think it would be a really great opportunity to kind of again showcase some of the businesses and just do a short little. I mean, there's amazing restaurants that a lot of people don't even know about within a 3-block radius of right here in downtown. So we're looking forward to that.
Probably get some sponsors.
Yep, yep,
Another question, please. Ma'am.
yep.
What time does y'all's tour start on First Friday?
Well,
I'm pretty sure
the
it's-
tours start on
it's-
First Friday.
I think, I don't have anything memorized, we've only done it for a month or two. It's either 4 or 4:30, because we want to put people in downtown when First Friday starts. So sometimes difficult for that working person, a little more catered to someone on vacation, but, you know, call in a couple hours early for work and come join us.
The other thing that we're adapting to is that as we set the schedule for tours and also thought about potentially printing some printed material with tour times on them, the challenge is the sun changes. So like 5 o'clock in July is a lot different than 5 o'clock in November. So that's one of the things that we put the brakes on a couple things because we're like, oh, well, this is only going to be good for a couple months out of the year. And then we're going to have to, constantly adjust and tweak the times a little bit on our tour. So that's something that we're keeping in mind too. We're trying, other than the Halloween tour and the Christmas lights tour, all of our tours are during daylight hours for safety reasons. But with those other 2 tours, we do have bike lights that we'll be putting on the bikes as well. But
Individual rates or group rates?
we do have custom group rate tours, and there's obviously again a link on our website, and we just bid that out on an individual group basis, depending on again if you're bringing all your own bikes and the length of the tour and what's. Good question.
So what is your website?
Give a caveat.
So BrunswickOldTownTours.com. Unfortunately, though, the website has been down for a couple of days. There's some nationwide server issues, but hopefully it'll be back up and live today before we launch the Halloween thing.
Yeah.
But we pay for
Sorry, for the Halloween tour, we do have like our booking software too. We'll have that link directly to that, and we can bypass our website. So if you're looking for it, follow us on social. We'll have the direct link there.
Instagram.
Instagram, social, Facebook and Instagram, Brunswick Old Town Tours. Oh wait, B-O-T Tours, like Brunswick Old Town Tours. It's on the card, and I apologize we don't have for everybody at the table, but take a pic of that. B-O-T Tours, for short. Thank you so much.
If you didn't put it on your calendar or didn't take note when Kate was saying something about a Porch Fest, Brunswick is happening on Sunday, November the 12th. Right now, I'm on the committee for that, and we've got 50-ish bands signed up already and about the same amount of porches. It's a free event, free community event. Last year, some of the issues that we had included lines that were a bit too long at food trucks. So this year, instead of looking at around 10 food trucks, I think we were at about 25. I know. What's what? The theme is a porch of call. Think yacht rock. Think the ports here, and there'll be porches decorated accordingly, like porches of call. So there's a porch decorating contest out there. The event starts at noon, goes until about 6. The finale is at Brunswick Manor. There's everything you can imagine out there. It's a free event. It's kid friendly. It's a ton of fun. Who's been here before to Porch Fest? Who's looking forward to it again? It's really a good time. So if you have a food truck if you have a band, if you have a porch, if you want to volunteer, all of those things can happen. Deadline for all of that is October 15th. So it's coming up, and our website is Porch Fest BWK. You can just go right there and sign up for any of those things. I'm still not on topic of that, but I did want to mention that the Downtown Development Authority has brought along 2 new staff members, and I think both of them are here today. Is that right? Where are you? Come here. Come up here. I couldn't be happier as a new member of the Downtown Development Authority, as a new board member for the DDA. One of the things that I've wanted as a downtown business is to have the dynamic duo with us. And they are doing so much. Would you mind, I'm so putting you on the spot, just introducing yourself and telling us what you do?
Yes.
Hang on a second.
Hi everyone, my name is Gracie Jordan and I'm the new marketing manager with the Downtown Development Authority.
Hi guys, my name is Chelsea Hill. I'm the new Director of Business Development with the Downtown Development Authority. So for me, I'm coming in, one, to help the merchants communicate not only with the DDA, but with the city and with each other, bringing us all together as one, because I believe if we're a big team, we can do a lot more down here and support each other on different levels, which makes us stronger, obviously, in numbers. One of my main focuses is really not Newcastle, but we need to show North Street some love. So there's some interesting things going down there, and then helping partner with different opportunities to maybe strengthen what they have going on as well. So that's kind of what I do, and always helping Gracie out with anything she needs.
I will say, if you can follow us on social media, shameless plug. Our Instagram is Discover Brunswick. Our Facebook is Historic Downtown Brunswick, and we also have TikTok, which is Discover Brunswick GA. But I am doing the majority of the marketing, so all the stuff you see in the paper, on social media, all that good stuff. And then we tag team a lot of the events happening through the DDA. So we encourage you all to come out the first Friday. We're doing a little spooky Grimm's fairy tale and folklore spin. We'll have a scavenger hunt going on, some storytellers, so we hope to see you at First Friday as well. Thank you, Ms. Susie.
I said it was a shameless plug. The level that these two have brought just in the last 2 months, they've been here less than 8 weeks, I think. It's just been incredible. There's a sign in the window, a poster of events that are coming up in October. We used to see 2 or 3 things. There's probably 100 things on there now. Oh, it's not including all the live music, which I won't feel hurt about right now, but okay. But they're doing a really good job, and we're real fortunate to have them, and Brunswick is just going to look amazing. Yes, sir.
Gracie, where'd you go to college?
Where'd you go to college?
I did go to the best college, the College of Coastal Georgia. I graduated with my Bachelor's of Science in Hospitality and Tourism Management in 2021. She is the QR code queen. That's my nickname for her in my head. She will put a QR code on something and direct everybody right back to where they're supposed to be, accurately, quickly, and professionally. So I'm just couldn't be happier to have them here. I'm going to give it back to you.
Thank you, Susan. And before we hear from our next speaker, let's give a round of applause to Susan for being our host. I think we're going on more than 7 years now. Is that right? So really, really grateful for your support. Thank you. Also on October 15th, in addition to being the deadline for Porch Fest sign up, that if you remember from last month's Lucas Forum, the Children's Business Fair is happening at Mary Ross Park that day. It's a free event for you to attend. You can show up around noon, and children from across our community will have their little businesses set up, and you can buy different things from them. So that will be a fun event, October 15th. With no further ado, I'm very excited to introduce our next speaker, Accelerate, which is one of our Lucas Center programming alumni, Ebony, with Glorie May's Sweets and Soul.
How are you all doing today? Good morning. So my name is Ebony Porter, and I recently graduated from Coastal Georgia for culinary arts. I'm born and raised, I'm born and raised here in Brunswick, Georgia. I recently quit my job at Harris Teeter, and I quit it because I wanted to better myself with my business. A lot of people ask me about my business name, Glorie Mays. Well, I'm here to tell you all a little about it. So, my grandfather's name was Glorie, and my grandmother's name was Eula May. So that's how I came up with my business name, Glorie Mays. This is who I'm doing it for. Some of the things that Glorie Mays can offer are to feed the homeless once or twice a week. Also, I would like to be able to come to set up at different pop-up shops and set up for special events as well. Kind of like, kind of like for special events, weddings, birthday parties, retirement parties, anything in that category. Some of the things that makes my business stand out are me keeping my business very consistent. I try my hardest to have different sales, come out to different events every week. Not only that, but my flavors are very unique. I can stand here all day to let you all know the type of flavors that I have. For example, some of the flavors that I offer are Neapolitan. I don't know if you all know about the Neapolitan cake, but it's like a cake to where it has, strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate as well. And it's all combined into one cake. So it kind of reminds you of that old school, ice cream. Also, my packaging is different as well. So if I was to serve a cake slice to a customer, they'll receive, of course, a cake slice, a spoon, a fork, they'll receive a fork, and they'll also receive a scripture to get you through your day. Some of my goals are to work with other restaurants and invest in the food trail. So some of the restaurants that I'm trying to work with are restaurants like Reed's Apocryphy, Silver Bluff, Maggie Mae's, just mainly areas in the downtown area and also areas on the island as well. So that's what Glorie Mays Pizza Soul has to say to you all today. Any questions?
Question. What is your sort of best cake that if I ask you to just make the thing that you love to make, what would it be?
My best cake would now be actually my new cake, which is the Neapolitan.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
I heard your key lime cake was amazing.
Yes, ma'am, it actually is. Yeah, that's
right. So how can we get in touch with you?
Well, I have a business page. You can follow me off of Facebook, Glorie Mays Sweets and Soul, LLC. And I also have some business cards over there as well.
Are these your amazing cakes?
Those are my amazing cakes, and I actually had a game for you all once all the questions were asked.
Okay, well.
Is social media, or where's the best place to find out about either where you're set up or where we can buy?
So usually social media would be the best thing to get to reach out to me, to see the different events that I'll be set up at and things of that sort.
Okay.
And you all can catch me at, the corner of 4th and Norwich. Sometimes I'm out for First Friday, different areas like that. As long as you follow my business page, you'll know where I'll be at. Yes, ma'am.
How about if you wanted to place a order for like a whole cake versus a slice? Would that just be through like social media too?
Yes, ma'am. I'm only one phone call away. Yes, sir.
What were your most serious challenges to starting a business? Licensing, sanitation, etc.
Definitely the licensing. And I just thank God so much because I just recently got my cottage license. So that's where I am now able to, get my business more.
Do you plan on offering other foods outside of baked goods?
Outside, I'm sorry, what was that?
Outside of baked goods.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So my plan is to, just get my bacon out there right now. Then eventually I'm hoping to do more of like a soul food type thing. That's why it's called Gourmet Sweets and Soul, because I'll eventually have soul food as well. Yes, ma'am.
Do you eventually plan on moving on to like a brick and mortar?
Yes, ma'am. I definitely plan on moving on to a brick and mortar.
I was just wondering what your page is called on Facebook.
I'm so sorry, what was that?
What is your Facebook page?
My
How do you spell it?
Glorie Mays is Glorie, and then Mays, Maes. Yes, ma'am.
Did you bring a sample of your white German chocolate?
No, ma'am, I don't, but everyone in here has a chance to win the regular German chocolate.
Well, this crowd looks like it needs a game.
All right, so any other questions before we start the game? All right, so I'm going to go by whoever raises their hand up first. Okay, so due to the presentation that I just gave, what did I name my business name after?
Your grandparents.
Awesome. So my beautiful mom over there, she has on the Glorie Mays shirt. That's my mother, guys. She will package your cake slice for you. For the
I
answer you
could
gave.
not be more excited about coming to work today.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, second question. Let's see here. What job did I quit before I started to step out, take that big leap of faith on my business? You got it. All right, we got one more cake slice left, so I think I got to make this a tricky question. Okay, so what are one of the restaurants that I mentioned that I would like to set up at?
Reeds.
You got it. Thank you everyone for your time.